Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am back home. I'm back in my element. I know you guys probably been like, where's week 6, sis? It's been a minute, but I'm back and I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up week 6 and week 7 of Air Force basic military training. This has been a crazy ride. I'm so happy to be home, so blessed as a result of going through BMT, going through tech school. I'm just happy to be back and sharing my experience with you guys. So getting into week 6, this was right after our snowstorm. So we were kind of adjusting. We had to push a lot of things back just because we lost an entire week of training, essentially. On Sunday, of course, we had our RLA. We were studying for the EOC. Going into Monday, we had progress checks. We had progress checks of our reporting procedures. If you don't know anything about reporting procedures, basically you are going to learn that obviously throughout BMT. You're taking every step that you would take as if you were reporting to an officer in his or her office. So I, go in, you have to take the most direct route to their desk, and then you have to position yourself in front of it. You have to be a certain amount of paces in front of the desk. And then once you get there, of course, you will render a salute. Don't drop your salute until they drop their salute. And then once they drop their salute, you will hit an about face. Y'all, when I hit my about face, oh, you do have to answer questions too. It's from your memory work. Y'all, when I hit my about face, tell me why I just stood there, did about face, and I just stood there. It was so embarrassing. My MTI was like, Monroe, I suggest you do a facing movement and get out of here. And I was like, oh my God, like, what is wrong with me? Like, I just froze. So don't do that. Don't do that. And then everything was fine. I just marched out of there. But it's funny. Like, you're going to do some of the most bizarre things when you're in BMT because you're just going to be so nervous, on edge, and just anxious. Just relax. These were all of our progress checks. We did our drill. Drill was fine. Weapons, let me tell you. I told Langley, I was like, I'm going to be the last one. Like, I'm really nervous. She's like, you're gonna be fine. You know how to break it down. I was like, yeah, I know, but like something's gonna happen. You're not necessarily timed on this or anything like that. You can take your time, obviously, but you want to do it like quick because you want to get it over with. I was breaking down my weapon. I couldn't get the like firing pin back in. I eventually got it in, but I could tell, like, I did not look up once, but I could feel everyone looking at me. Felt my MTI just looking at me. Afterward, my flight mates were like, yeah, Sergeant whatever was looking at his watch like this, and I was like, yo, that's a Sergeant M move. But I was just like, whatever. I was not using no assist because I knew what I was doing. It just was taking forever. On Monday, we just took care of all our progress checks, and it was a decent day. On Tuesday, we had Fest and TCCC. It's basically everything you'll do at Beast. However, we were not able to go to our Beast site because there were some issues with the infrastructure and we just were not able to go out there. That came to us, except CADM. We were able to go to the B site for CADM. We had to be out there to shoot, so yeah. But anyway, so we did Vest and TCCC, so that's like all your first aid and your just being outside guarding and stuff like that. So yeah, we did all that. We had our PT test on Tuesday. Your girl scored a 94. Very proud of myself. You guys know that like that final PT test, you're just gonna feel like all the emotions. You're knowing like everything's riding on it. Well, technically not everything's riding on it because it's a mock PT test in BMT, so it's not actually like counting towards anything, but it is counting towards like all the hard work that you've done over the past like 7 weeks. That is everything. You're putting everything out on the line, so push yourself and do your best on your final PT test, regardless if it's a mock PT test or it's the real deal. On Wednesday, of course, that was marksmanship at Beast. So we went to CADM. CADM was really fun. CADM obviously was very different from being actually on the Beast site because we didn't get to have that full experience. But regardless, if we were able to have that experience, we were not going to have the same experience because we were not going to go through the gas chamber due to COVID and all that. So yeah, we just made the best out of it and got what we had to get done and got out of there. I have never shot a weapon a day in my life, so I was super nervous. And everybody was like, typically, if you've never shot a weapon, those are the people who tend to do better. I was like, yeah, not me. Like, no, I am blind as a bat. It's just not gonna be good. I scored well enough to get marksmanship. If you don't know what marksmanship is, it's basically saying that you scored expert during the shooting. You do get a ribbon as a result to wear on your blues uniform, so that's kind of cool. And I was just proud of myself that I did well enough. Like, there were people out there actually aiming and like really focused and really just like, yeah, I've shot a weapon X amount of times, I know how to carry it, da, da, da. And then they were the ones that were just like, Monroe, were you really trying to get marksmanship? I'm like, well, I mean, I think everyone was trying to do good. Like, I was like, why are you asking me that hater question? Like, it's okay. You get no chance. You don't get it here. No, it's just a fun experience. So yeah, if you're one of those people, just focus, do your best, and who knows, you might be like me, nervous wreck the entire time, being embarrassing the entire time, and you score marksmanship. So, and that's all we did on Wednesday. Everything else is kind of just coming to like a, you know, an end. On Thursday, we had open ranks with our blues. So we had our inspections, and that was really chill, really easy. Yeah, blues, and that was it. So like I'm saying, these, like, our days, week 6 and week 7 are really like winding down. So you're not doing a whole lot. On Friday, we had the EOC. Talking about the EOC, we had the EOC. Give you guys some advice on the EOC. The EOC, of course, is super easy. Is this, I don't like the issues on my hair. Okay, anyway, as far as advice for the EOC, my advice is just study. I will also say, when you are considering components for like honor graduate and the EOC, you need to also realize, they will say like a minimum of 90 on the EOC. It's good, it is. I scored a 90. However, I didn't get any points for that. You want to shoot for higher and above on the EOC, especially when you are trying to become eligible or like higher on that eligible list for honor graduate. My PT score was a 94, but if I had scored like maybe a 94, 95 on my EOC, I would have become an honor graduate. Do your best on the EOC, but yeah, just know, like, if you score a 90, you're not completely eligible because you get 0 points for that. I scored a 90. Still proud that I like scored right there at that threshold, because that is considered outstanding, but you do want to score higher than a 90 just to get points for that. Okay, does that make sense? Hope that makes sense. On Saturday, we had the blood drive. Y'all, I unfortunately did not donate blood just because I had it with being stuck with needles throughout BMT, so I opted out of doing the blood drive. A lot of people from my flight did though, but then there was also cases where I don't think everyone's blood was needed, so you just kind of sat there. People who did not go to the blood drive got to do PT and graduation practice in the brain, and that was super fun. So fun. It's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to be outside on the drill pad, making squishing noises every time I did an exercise for an hour, and then I went to go stand for graduation practice for another hour. Like, it was great. It was wonderful. Just to wrap up Saturday, we were wanting another phone call at this point because you're just kind of like bored and you're like, I want to talk to my family. I just want to talk to my family. Is that okay? We were trying to come up with any sort of challenge, anything with our MTI just to get a possible extra phone call. So Langley decided to challenge our MTI. She was really good at holding planks for extensive amount of time. And so that's kind of the challenge. So we just basically challenged our MTI to a plank. She ended up winning. So it was nice. We didn't get our phone call that day, but we did get a longer phone call going into week 7. That was a really quick video. I hope you guys are getting super excited if you're going to BMT. It's really not that bad. You guys are probably like, are you just saying that you're on a BMT? No, it really is not that bad. Of course, in the moment, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck because you don't like getting yelled at. You don't like being stressed out. You don't like doing things that make completely and absolutely no sense. But there is a method to their madness, and just take it in. Like, get the most out of what you can in BMT because it will benefit you later on in your career. And I'm, barely even operational right now, and I'm still like seeing things as I'm like going to work, and so I'm like, oh, that's beneficial. Oh, that makes sense. That's why they had us do that. So yeah, there's a reason. So wish you guys the best of luck in BMT if you're going, and if you have any more additional questions, let me know. I'm wrapping up this BMT series, so if there's any other videos you want me to do, go ahead and drop those down in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.